pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call vote, please.
Alderman Persick?
Here.
Alderman Kirby Hall?
Here.
Alderman Van Dyne?
Here.
Alderman Evans?
Here.
Alderman Kerwin?
Here.
Alderman Larry Hall?
Here.
Alderman Tudor? Here. Alderman Studer? All present, you have a quorum.
Thank you. Declare the meeting of the regular city council meeting of August 2nd, 2016 is now in session. Council can have approval of minutes before you. Go ahead.
Make a motion to accept the minutes from July 19th.
Motion by Alderman Tudor, do we have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Alderman Persick. Any discussion? Roll call vote.
Alderman Tudor?
Yes.
Alderman Persick?
Yes.
Alderman Kerwin?
Yes.
Alderman Larry Hall?
Yes.
Alderman Kirby Hall?
Yes.
Alderman Van Dyne?
Yes.
Alderman Evans?
Yes.
Alderman Studer? 8 yes, motion passes.
Thank you. All right, mayor's report. Got a few things. First off, before we get with Alex, just want to make sure I thank everybody within the city staff, city crew, as the police department, fire department, anybody that's related to the city capital stage committee. We had an extremely hot and brutal festival this year, but you know, with the preparation that went into everything, a lot of people don't see the immediate action meetings that we have with the fire department, the police department, and as to the week before the event, to plan for any type of scenario. Heat-related scenarios included. We had very few instances. I know we had some minor instances with police, which tends to happen with any type of festival that's really severe. The heat was always the biggest concern, as it was on top of everything with misting tents and stuff like that, and everybody was really cautious. Numbers were down, but it ended up still being another tremendous event. We just got through our 18th year. Some of us on the committee did struggle, had some issues, but we got through it. So, second year in a row, no rests. There you go, see. Very good. No handcuffs used.
Ready to go, Martin?
Not really. There you go. So I just want to make sure I thank everybody for that. Next on the mayor's report is the announcement of Alex Day has an Eagle Scout project he'd like to present to the council tonight. And we'll see if we can get approval afterwards. So Alex, the floor is yours, sir.
All right. Okay. So, my Eagle Scout project that I'm planning for April 22nd of 2017 is going to be a citywide garbage collection. And that is, we're going to break up people in groups of 8 to 10, and we're going to send them off to different areas around Wilmington and have them clean up the major roadways. And to just add a level of complexity, we're going to attempt to have them divide recycling and trash. Project estimate is going to cost around $420. We're going to ask Waste Management if they will donate a couple of dumpsters that we can put around at local businesses that they can put their garbage bags in, or if not, for a discounted price. So the $420 is a plus minus.
Very cool. Are you going to do like a little food or music or something afterwards? Celebrations for the people?
What he can do is, I've had a couple of meetings with Alex as he presented that, and we both kind of brainstormed together. So I want to maybe kind of highlight some of the ideas you have leading up to garbage day to really kind of spark the interest and stuff like that. Maybe you can present that to him as well.
Yeah. I do have a website. I cannot pull it up since there is no internet connection here, but I'll have it posted once I get approval from the committee chair of the troop. And I do have a sign. It's an orange sign that says, toss it here, not here. And it's got a picture of a trash can on
The thing he's looking to do, and we're not going to take
No,
time on Alex, is to really kind of generate interest in the recycling or the pickup event when the day comes. And I've encouraged him to look at, kind of expanding the signage a little bit more. He has, you may know, the troop did on a couple of years ago, went out on their own and found troubled areas within the city that had lots of garbage, took them on themselves to pick it up. So the thing is to actually utilize signage as we lead up to that event and hit them in different areas of town, kind of making people aware what they should be doing with their garbage. It doesn't belong on the ground, it belongs in receptacles. So we're hoping that as it gets closer to the date, we can really kind of expand on that and bring the awareness and bring the interest level up so when that date approaches, you have a good turnout and everybody can come out to kind of make Wilmington just a little bit.
And I do plan on asking the school if I can put flyers within the school so students from my class and all the other classes know that this is a project that I need help with to get interest with the youth and try to run some ads in the newspaper. This way it gets out if people don't see the signs.
You presented this to your scout council already, right?
Yes, I did.
And they approved it?
Yes.
Okay, now you're waiting for
City council.
Yes.
city council to approve.
And once I get it from there, I can send it out to county.
Yeah.
So where we're at right now, you done? Sorry.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Okay. Okay. So one thing that Alex is looking for right tonight is approval by the council. We'll see. Just basically the voice vote. Approval is on the minutes tonight. So if anybody would like to make a motion to approve Alex and Eagle Scout project.
I'll make a motion that we approve Alex Day's Eagle Scout project for 2017 for a cleanup day in the city of Wilmington.
Motion by Alderman Studer, do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Alderman Tudor. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, Alex, you calls your close.
Great.
Good job.
See, you could get teams, get teams together, maybe hand out bags and have people fill bags and then whoever brings in the most weight or something, you could make a prize or something.
Make confidence spray, that's an awesome idea. I didn't.
I think it's a great thing.
What is it?
Second.
Thank you.
Good luck. Thank you.
Earlier better because once the foliage gets up, you can't see this.
Yeah.
Aren't you?
No,
Catch
it's
everything.
a wonderful idea, and hopefully what he does will be able to continue on.
All right, make that an annual event, that'd be great.
Yep. A couple other things. Secondly, we received, which we all know, on July 22nd, last year, Coal City suffered tremendous tornado issues, tornado event. They had a lot of damage through that time, but at the same time, a lot of communities, including our own, and a lot of people in this community came, went and assisted Coal City, because that's kind of what small communities do. They sent a thank you out to us. I do have a tornado summary report here, if anybody would like to look at it at leisure. It'll also be at City Hall. They also sent us a thank you note in regards to thank you for all the help that you provided in that group. And one other thing is that people know, tonight is National Night Out. I guess it's been advertised, where everybody's really taking focus to really recognize the tremendous work that our officers do. And I think sometimes, even from a small community, we see it all the time, what transpires over the news. And I think sometimes we tend to think that it won't happen here, and I got to hope it never happens here. But it's very real for the officers, as we witnessed the last meeting when the chief stood up. That our officers actually feel that, and their families feel that every time they go out. Maybe happen in the bigger communities, but it can happen at any time here. So I just want to reiterate to the chief and also to all our officers, we're tremendously proud of the work you do for our community. You know, you guys make great sacrifices. Everybody goes to work every day to put our shirts on and take that risk, but there's no greater risk than what you guys do, because at any second, at any time, you can be called to help an absolute stranger for no reason at all. Well, we're running away from stuff you guys are running to. It's commendable. And I know there's going to be other things going on. There'll be National Blue Light Night going on, and the Free Press is taking that, and we'll also take part of that as well. But if you have blue lights, show your respect to Police Department. Put the blue light out there on your patio, light at night, kind of let them know that, you know, we're thinking about it. We always do. I just want to, you know, make sure we get that out. I know we hear communities that are doing special events tonight, and it doesn't make ours any less. I think we respect our officers every night. And, you know, you can see the changes that have occurred when Chief Arnold came in. One of the things that he made mandatory for a lot of his guys is for contact, and a lot of it is business contact. And you talk to businesses out there, business people out there, they were taken back by it. They didn't. In fact, some were actually almost offended at first because they didn't realize the true meaning of what that was behind it. They wanted to ensure that the employees that were in that building or structure or something happened, the face that they would see would not be the first time they'd see that face. They'd see it on several occasions. Very good. And I think as we go forward, I'm sure the chief has plans to kind of expand that into neighborhoods so people can see the faces. Because we do have a lot of new officers, a lot of dedicated officers. I think every night should be National Night Out when they look at it. So we always think about our guys and boys and girls, what they do. Even the boys in the Red Fire Department, our residents, they all do a tremendous job. The work they do to make our city safe.
Thank you very much.
Chief, I met the sheriff of Key County at an event on Monday, and he had nothing but praise for what you've done with the department up here. So you're being noticed, just not just here, but around the area. You've got Phil Arnold up there, and boy, those guys are doing a good job, as he said. It was nice to hear. He said you guys are setting the example for communities.
Good job.
All right, that's it for my mayor's report tonight. Citizens' comments, do you have any citizens' comments? Yes, sure.
As a citizen, I like to thank Marty and the Catfish community, which include John and Steve, for all the nice events you had, especially having the Hanson W White Sox on Saturday afternoon. And on behalf of the coalition, I would like to thank Frank and Kevin for helping out the other department on Saturday.
Yes, that's good.
Next day, we're going to have Drew Brees come here. He's going to escort him.
You're right, I'll escort.
You want me to call Drew now, Tom?
Please. Thank you. I don't want to speak out.
I'll show him the parts he shouldn't be in.
For
Any other
sure.
citizens' comments before we get too far into the Drew Brees?
Just one comment. The Local 150 is having their annual picnic Sunday at the training site, so any city officials that would like to attend, let me know, and I'll get you passes.
Oh, and don't forget, USA Volleyball starts this weekend.
That's right.
Very own Kelly Murphy. All right, anything else from citizens' comments? All right, Planning and Zoning Commission, their next scheduled meeting is for this Thursday at 5 o'clock p.m. Committee reports, Building Grounds, Parks, Health and Safety, Alderman Persick, Alderman Van Dyke.
Mr. Mayor, the next scheduled meeting is Wednesday, August 10th, 2016 at 5:30 p.m.
Water, Sewer, Streets and Alleys, Alderman Studer, Alderman Kerwin.
Mr. Mayor, next scheduled meeting is Wednesday, August 10th, 2016 at 6 p.m.
Police and ESTA, Alderman Studer, Alderman Studer.
Mr. Mayor, next scheduled meeting is Tuesday, August 9th at 5:30 p.m.
Finance Administration and Land Acquisition, Alderman Studer, Alderman Studer.
I move to approve the accounts payable report in the amount of $300,861.51 as presented by the city accountant.
Motion by Alderman Tudor, do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Alderman Tudor, any discussion? Roll call vote, please.
Alderman Tudor.
Yes.
Alderman Studer. Alderman Evans. Alderman Van Dyne.
Yes.
Alderman Persick.
Yes.
Alderman Kerwin.
Yes.
Alderman Larry Hall.
Yes.
Alderman Kirby Hall.
Yes.
8 yes, motion passes.
Next scheduled meeting is Tuesday, August 16th at 6 p.m.
Orders for license, Alderman Hall, Alderman Evans.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, next scheduled meeting is Tuesday, August 9th, 2016, at 6 o'clock p.m.
Personnel and collective bargaining, Alderman Hall, Alderman Persick.
Mr. Mayor, we have a meeting tonight.
Executive session, yeah. Administrative report, Mr. Crack.
And a couple of announcements. First off, smoke testing did start with the sanitary sewer, as you all know. They've had some success already in regards to some connections. So it's, I think if everything keeps going the way we'll be done by the end of the month, and we'll have to report. So I think they've been out walking in neighborhoods and passing out a lot of flyers. So we're also getting a lot of people in the community asking what's going on. It's a good thing to talk about.
So they were in the ones of watermelon and others so we'll be starting.
Yes, I will tell you this, being involved in this probably my third, fourth one, this is the first time we didn't get any calls in City Hall or anything. People say what's going on. So Darren and Joey and everybody else has been working on it, and the website doing things, and everybody else knowing about it. It's a good start.
We're actually going door to door with the signage.
Yes. Widows Home contract, as you all know, you guys approved it. Notices were sent. We have to send out notice to the EPA, the IEPA, reference to the building itself coming down, and then also that asbestos abatement. So that notice was received, and we're on our, what they call notice period. So the date that we can first attempt to mobilize is August 15th. And this was all done once already, so we're all approved to do this. But you have to send out notices before you start. So August 15th is when they'll arrive. There will be bricks set aside with the historical societies in Wilmington and Will County. We'll have opportunity for those bricks, and we'll see what we can do about having the available for residents themselves. We have a few inquiries about a brick or two. South Arsenal Road and Route 53 bid was on the bid letting, what we call the local bid letting through IDOT last Thursday, the 28th. So we'll be looking to bring that to the City Council once the bids have been open for the first meeting in September. And if everything can go, bids good, everything go well, we should be able to get mobilized about 2 weeks to 3 weeks after that get the bid award. We have got confirmation from IDOT that EDP funds are there. We do have an agreement that says we will prepay 95%. We asked for that request to be honored, and they did agree to that. So we won't have to do a float using our funds and then get reimbursed from the state. So they will pay us a lump sum of 95% of the grant or of the award of the contract, and then the last 5% will be everything's over and pay off the contractor at the end. So that project will hopefully everything go the way it is. We should get all the groundwork done for the lanes, and probably the only thing that'll be springtime will probably be the big arms for the traffic lights. We have temporary lights up there, so everything will work really well if we don't have time to get those traffic arms up. If the weather's good like it was last year, we might be able to get it all done by end of December. The National Parks Grant application was completed. I finally got through the last of the checklist, and at this point we should get some announcement when we can receive our funds. This is in place of the OSLAC money. We found out about this grant opportunity. This is for the 5 lots on South Island. So we'll get $251,000 awarded to us, which is what the OSLAC grant was $252. For some reason, there's $1,000 difference in regards to it. But I think everything, what I was told last week, we should be able to see the turnaround within about 45 days. And then we'll have to have a discussion in regards to the closing and everything else on the property. And talk to Open Lands in regards to finishing this project up with the grant funds. And we already paid them a good chunk of $225,000 South Tower. So at this point, we're anticipating to have this in the next 90 days. And that property belong to us, and we forgive funds that we're looking for. The City Hall hours, we did start 8:30 to 4:30 yesterday. There has been a little bit of a request in regards to City Hall hours, and what I'd like to be able to do is maybe talk about it in Building and Grounds Committee. We If you're going to take into consideration of 8 to 4 versus 8:30 to 4:30, in finding out from staff after we approved everything, they came out with some good points about possibly an 8 to 4 city hall hours. And I think it's fair to at least let the committee hear those points of why maybe we want to go 8 to 4 instead of 8:30 to 4:30. Well, we did start and told the union and everybody else, we have the right to schedule hours for city hall. But they did bring up some interesting perspective about maybe opening up at 8. And so we might have a little modification that we might want to present to you guys at building requirements. That'll be on the agenda for city hall. If you're open to that. If you're pretty much set on 8:30 to 4:30, then it won't go any further today. But, if you're open to building requirements.
What was the original hour again?
8:30 to 4:30?
No, what was the original?
Oh, the original hours was 8 to 5.
8 to 5?
And staff would come in at 7, in 2 shifts, 7:45 to 3:45, and then we had a 9 to 5 shift.
I think the biggest challenges are going to be arguments on every time.
Well,
Because I mean, 8 to 5 o'clock, I'll be working with people that don't have. So,
Wasn't
Yeah.
this the consensus that was brought to us, though?
it was a consensus based on information that we had. And there's a unique clause in the contract that they're pointing to. We're actually meeting with them tomorrow with their local representative with our interpretation of the clause. We don't believe it's negotiable, and we have a right to change hours. And our attorney agrees to that. But we're going to see how it all goes. What I'd like to be able to do is at least in building the grounds, give you an update of where we're at. And you guys, the attorney was very, we have a right, you have the right, you're a policymaker, you have a right to set the city hall hours. So 8:30 to 4:30, what the hours are, they have to work 8 hours.
I think the best thing is to bring those to the committee and allow the committee time to listen to the issues and then you don't have to make a decision.
No.
I could receive input from others and they can move forward if they choose to.
I appreciate that. I did tell them I'd bring it here and try to get it on a committee.
I think everybody's probably wondering what those issues are, so let's put
Yeah,
them on the committee so the people.
Yeah. We'll articulate it in our level.
Is action going to happen between now and then?
No.
Sounds like action's happening right now.
Yeah, they've agreed to work. We've come to an agreement that we're open 8:30 to 4:30.
Yeah, but you're going to meet with their representative and your attorney, which is...
We already had a collective bargaining session for the contract tomorrow already set. So we do what we call a sidebar in regards to this issue.
So there could be action taken tomorrow?
No action because it's just basically management and labor sitting down on their contract that's open for negotiation of their contract.
Open for interpretation.
Yes.
Any
Both
type of
sides.
decision has to be.
I understand that, which generally leads to arbitration, which nobody likes.
No, there's no arbitration
Okay.
and their
Question.
their contract is that have arbitration.
Why is it a discussion?
That's I'll talk to you about it later.
Just curious.
It's just strategy, I think. I'll let John give an update on the sale of the building. One really important thing, I'd like to let the announcement come out. I'd like to call for a joint meeting between the Planning Commission and the City Council for 6 p.m. on August 18th. It's a Thursday. The purpose for the meeting is we're looking at the I-55 corridor. If you remember, with the Indiana, we had a grant to do update our comprehensive plan in regards to the impact of transportation in our community. That was a $60,000 grant we were able to negotiate with IDOT. And part of that negotiations was the I-55 corridor, but also land use planning in that corridor. So we would like to have a joint meeting. We have new planning commission members. I think it would be great to have both parties to meet together. There is nothing there that's violating the rules because we're going to have a presentation about the value of comprehensive land planning. especially corridor planning for I-55 corridor, and also in regards to transportation issues directly related to the industrial park, but in the future rail that might be coming in that area, as we know that being a sample owns property out there. So it'll be a presentation, you'll meet the team. You know a lot of the team members already. Haynes Associates as their stormwater environmental. Shopee Design is the new land planners, so you'll get a little more in depth with their skill sets, what they're bringing to the table. And then I brought on Benish Transportation, their engineers. The reason I picked Benish is Benish was the engineers that actually worked on the Lorenzo Road and 129 before Ileana came. One of the first meetings I attended when I got appointed here was a meeting about the 129 interchanges. We had 3 options that we're looking at. Benish was the engineers that was hired by IDOT to design that. So Benish has now been released. They could work for us. And I think it's going to be very important that we have their institutional knowledge about the 129 interchange, along with Lorenzo, now with the Ileana, and have them be our traffic transportation engineers. They're at the higher level when it comes to interstates, transportation studies. We're not looking to do a study. We're looking to update the plan. The comprehensive plan just has a big purple blob out there with a lot of things that we're probably going to talk about. How are we going to get those interchanges to work in coordination with the future possible rail yard that's going to be coming out there? And along with, we're moving kind of fast. We're 4 million square feet, and we're potential next year to have another 3 million square feet come in. We're moving quicker than Center Point. And we all know what happened at Center Point without planning ahead of time. Once the buildings get up and everything happens, how do you get the trucks and the employees to get in and out of the industrial park safely? So it's
Tony, you said August 18th?
August 18th at 6 p.m. The presentation, I met with everybody today. We're going to do a 25 to 30 minute presentation. It's not going to be real long. I'm going to introduce everybody, sort of understand what the roles are of the City Council, what the role of the Planning Commission, what the role of the stakeholders are going to be, what the role of the citizens are going to be, and the property owners. And then Q&A, and then we'll have a proposal that'll be created that'll come to the City Council in about 2 weeks, 3 weeks, in regards to what it's going to cost. We have already informed Alien Partners and the BNSF that they need to bear the brunt of the cost for this plan because it really benefits their properties and their planning. And it's going to definitely assist the U.S. City Council and also Planning Commission when you come up with these buildings and ultimately the 129 and Lorenzo Road interchanges. We're going to start directing how IDOT should put that higher up on their 5-year plan. In the 5-year plan, IDOT does have $113 million earmarked for those 2 interchanges, along with I-55 improvements. That was mainly, the mayor, Larry Walsh, were working, with the Senate leader down there in Culleton at this last budget thing, and we're able to get that increased from, I think at one point we had 43 million and 27 million, so that was just about $70 million. We were able to get that increased to 113 million, mainly due to a lot of information that we're able to funnel down there when we know what's happening with Bridgeport. So, very important meeting, important for the community. And I think over the next 6 months, it's going to also be an interesting time to see how we can make this plan not only better, we don't run into that transportation issues as they run up more in regards to trucks and say employees coming and going. And the other important factor is the commercial element out there, because we need to have a little bit more of a commercial plan instead of just a little corner that says where commercial is going to be. Why is that going to be a good spot for commercial? And we've been struggling. The reason this came up, we've been struggling with every time a building comes in, how is it going to impact Hart and Whole? And then we really found out a lot of it had to do with the police department and the fire department trying to figure out a spot to put that fire station along with the police station. And through all my experience, why don't we have a comprehensive plan that sort of guides this, so when a developer comes in, they have information like there that we like to have. legal point. But they're under, everybody will. So it's the beginning of probably a long process over the next 6 months. Should be a good process. That's it. Yeah. What's wrong?
Not bad thing at all.
Did you say about the building, what building, police, sale of the police building, or you give us some?
Yeah,
John's gonna take care of that. 'Cause
We're gonna go to the attorney's report and ask Mr. Urban, and he'll provide us an update. Attorney's report, Mr. Urban.
Oh, yeah, you can take it. I'll take that. At the last meeting, you did have a citizen come in, Mr. Bradley, to talk about, some challenges with his neighbor's property. Kobe has met with Mr. Tamley. We did post the property. We stopped all work. Then Attorney Urban sent out the formal letter to it. We met with Mr. Tamley. The police chiefs met with Mr. Tamley. John's met with Mr. Tamley. Mr. Tamley has gotten from all of us what the rules are, and he can't move forward until he comes in with his engineering and what his plans are for the property. And he also can't use the property for a parking lot for used cars with the zoning requirements. He thinks he does. So Mr. Bradley has been updated, knowing that we did stop the work, and we'll all be working on that property with Mr. Tamley, try to get it into compliance, and we'll see what happens. It's in his ballpark now.
Chloe's gonna plan on having our comprehensive report.
Yes. Yeah, he put together for John all the legal components. He'll give you an update in regards to what his suggestions are, or recommendations with his engineer.
Go to Mr. Urban now. Attorney's report, Mr. Urban.
Thank you. There will be published, starting tomorrow for the next 3 weeks, a public notice that the city is looking for bids for the purchase of the old Wilmington Police Department building. And it'll be in the paper tomorrow. And the notice provides that there will be a bid package here at the City Hall for people to pick up. And that pursuant to statute, you have to have at least 30 days since the first publication to open the bids. And statute requires that the bids are open at a city council meeting, so at the September 6th city council meeting, there'll be a bid opening during city council meeting to look over the bids. And so we've got a number of exhibits to go with the bid package. Basically a survey and some appraisal, some other documents, and a proposed purchase contract.
John, when those bids are open, I know sometimes we can enter into that. Is the council obligated to make a decision that night?
The bid package itself provides that the city reserves the right for 30 days to review the information. Included in the bid package is a statement that we're not only looking for purchase price, but also what they intend to do with the property. Because the statute, you do not have to accept the highest bidder. You accept the highest bidder that's the most favorable to the city. So if they're offering something else in exchange for bidding on the property, that's something to consider. So, but it's all determined by the city council, and you do need a 3/4 vote to approve a bid, but you can, by simple majority vote, reject all of it. So, but you do have 30 days. So you got another 2 meetings to review those.
We did do an open house. 1 hour open house.
Monday, August 22nd, from 2 p.m. to 3 p.m.
So there will be a sign posted on the building. Everything that's picked up here. The bid packet is 157 pages.
Well, let's got all the environmentals, there's
Yes.
a lot of stuff related to that. I think it's probably the majority of that stuff was
The appraisal is probably about 40 pages, the background's about 30. It was code of ordinance for the zoning, zone B280. So we provided the code of ordinance, they can protect what's permissible, and zoning code. So yeah, at the end of the day, it's a real estate contract, it's schedule, and the bid, which is a bid form, and fill out the blanks. So it's all what it is. We decided not to do what we call a pre-bid conference, instead do the open house in this way. And the contact on it is the city administrator, so they can call anyone that wants to get information. I can act as the agent from the city under the law, and so I'm on my real estate experience to work, and I'll try to sell this land and see what we get.
Yes, it is. Need a motion to go into executive session to discuss matters of personnel.
Mr. Mayor, I make a motion at 7:36 to go into executive session for matters of personnel.
Motion by Alderman Larry Hall, do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Alderman Kerwin. Roll call vote.
Alderman Larry Hall.
Yes.
Alderman Kerwin.
Yes.
Alderman Persick.
Yes.
Alderman Kirby Hall. Alderman Tudor. Alderman Van Dyne.
Yes.
Alderman Evans.
Yes.
Alderman Studer.
Yes.
8 yes, motion passes.